Barrios Brewing Company is Arizona's oldest brewery. In 2017, Barrios opened up in Phoenix at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Barrios is a roomy brew pub featuring its own brand of craft beers on tap, plus burgers, tacos, as well as sports on TV. Check out a few of their favorites, such as the Barrios Bacon Jam Sliders, 2 beef sliders covered with their own savory bacon jam and cheddar cheese, served on a pretzel roll. Yum. And how about Barrios Brats? The house bratwurst is slowly simmered in a copperhead pale ale grilled over an open flame, served with your choice of sauerkraut or caramelized onions. Yum again. So check out Barrios, located at 5803 South Sossaman Road, number 212 in Mesa, Arizona. Or give them a call at 480-988-7171. That's 480-988-7171. Barrios Brewing Company.
Recently, and for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass f- Do you know how big their legal department is, face?" So to recap, Mint is actually lowering prices on every plan to just $15 a month. And I will stay the hell out of the legal department.
Duval.
All right, everybody, welcome into the Couch Potato Sports Show. It is me, Sonny Clark, the hardest working man in sports radio, coming to you here on Thanksgiving. All set and ready to go. 4 big games in the NFL here today. And I can't, in case you didn't know or couldn't tell, I'm a little excited. Mainly because I got the day off. Mainly because I'm off tomorrow. Then I got to work Saturday. But then I'm off again on Sunday. Oh, I just finally getting some rest and getting ready to go. But that being said, of course, he is in the green room. The guy. Because everybody's the big pain in the ass that he is, and he's so proud of it. It is the one, the only, the Podfather. Good morning, Podfather. How are you this morning? Don't start that crap. I got the green thing. I got the green thing going. I know it's working. So
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Already messing with me. Unbelievable.
Listen. Just in thinking about last week's game with the Cowboys and the Eagles, and how we win the halftime, and you were sitting going, "Bet you didn't make that change of pick that you did you?" I'm like, wait. And what happened?
Yeah. I'm sure you were sitting there going, "Yeah, just wait, it's going to happen." You were watching that game and moving your feeling my ass. You thought they were doing just as much as everybody else was.
I had a feeling early in the day because when the morning started, I had the Eagles, and then before the first game, I want to say, you know what? The Eagles never played this defense. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know what this defense is. But they haven't played him yet, and they barely beat the first defense that was there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to win 2 games in one season against the same team. I want to make that switch, and sure enough, it took a miracle pretty much. But I mean, it was. It really. I mean, it's funny because for those who think the NFL is rigged, games like that kind of make you think maybe because who gives up 21 freaking points? But the thing is though is that's why you play 4 quarters. That's why the game's never over at halftime because you never know about those adjustments that are made. Saquon Barkley was held to 25 yards rushing.
Well, and he fumbled twice.
Yeah, the week before that, Ashton Genty, who was college football's best running back last year, was held up to less than 50 and even got a safety put on him. So, there's something about this defense that is really gelling. And I don't know if there's something in the air. I don't know if it's a God thing to where Jerry says, look, I'm willing to sacrifice anybody on this team except Dak. I got to pay Dak. Hey, I'm willing to sacrifice anybody on this team. Lord, take anybody you want. I don't care. And the Lord looked down and says, let me take the last guy who scored a touchdown for you guys. And that was Marshawn Nealon. Took him and he said, okay, fine. Now you're going to win. Now they're 2-0. So it's I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm just saying it is funny how all that's kind of come together. And honestly, it's made me look at today's game and go, one team is 6-5. They're the 10th seed in the AFC. One team is 5-1. They're the 10th seed in the NFC. So they're basically the same team. And, I mean, stat-wise, number-wise, everything else, they're the same team. Player-wise and obviously championship-wise, no, not so much. But it really makes you wonder,
I think,
is this the day that the Dallas Cowboys shock the world and beat the Chiefs? It could happen.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And it makes sense. But it's really interesting when you think about it, though. I think there's something to be said about, what you said. These games are rigged or, and the things that people are talking about, there's good examples of it and then there's not.
Right.
Okay. And last week, okay, the rigged part of it, it comes to mind that when, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this up here and I want to see what you think about it. I'm going to put it on screen share because I can't download it. I normally can download it. So hopefully, let's see, is it up there? All right, so it's up there. I'm gonna put this up here. I gotta make it full screen. Well, forget it. I won't make it full screen. Just watch this and see what you think of this. This is really interesting when you're talking about rigged games.
This was the most obvious display of corruption I've ever seen. Vegas called the Browns and told them to punt on the opponent's 29-yard line. With less than a minute left in the game and the total at 34 points, the Browns decided to punt on 4th down instead of kick a field goal even though they were well within range. You might be asking yourself, what's the big deal? Well, the over-under going into the game was set at 36.5, and this field goal would have caused the over to hit. And over 70% of the money going into the game was on the over. So if this field goal was kicked and made, this would have lost Vegas millions. So of course the Browns get the call and do the unthinkable. Have you literally ever seen a team punt on their opponent's 29-yard line? I mean, how obvious can you be? I've seen suspicious plays before, but this might take the cake. It's sad to see just how much the game has been affected by the NFL getting in bed with Vegas. Because after all, it's all about the money. What do you think? Was this an obvious fix? Let me know in the comments.
So,
first of all,
the
voice of that thing is an AI-generated guy who always thinks.
I hate that guy.
So yeah, it's. I mean, like That's one of those boys like saying, George Clooney is sleeping around with his wife. Here are 3 girls that he has been with before he met her, but don't worry about that. We're gonna go and list the 3 that he's probably cheating on her with. I'm like, whatever. Just let it go.
And he doesn't, like when the words don't say, like if you say it out loud, it's not the word. It's kind of stupid. I watch these things, and that's the first giveaway that it's that, because they don't do all the words correctly. But anyway, but now back to that video. It makes you wonder, in reality, when you see something like that. Obviously, going into it, you're at the game, you have no clue unless you got money on the over, and you're in the stands. You're going, what the hell are they doing? No one knows what's going on. But the fact that they punted, there was no rhyme or reason for it. They were in the lead, no problem. I mean, they should have kicked the field goal. Don't understand why that didn't happen in reality.
Do they have a field goal kicker who can hit that?
Huh?
Do the Browns have a field goal kicker who can kick that?
Yeah, they're fine in the kicking game. And even if they weren't, they're at the 29. I mean, any kicker can blast it from 50 in, or if in between 40 and 50, they can blast it in there. They can. It's not, but the choice to punt is silly, and they were up at that point in that game to where that didn't matter.
Right.
It does come into play, and of course it has to happen in a Cleveland Brown game. Of course, it has to happen there.
But hey,
they got enough with Shedeur Sanders.
They found their saving grace, so didn't
they? Hey, listen, can we finally admit that I was right?
No, because I mean, look, he beat the Raiders. When Dallas beat the Raiders, I put in the whole context of, look, Dallas beat the Raiders, so I'm not going to sit there and say this. They're going with the Super Bowl. Okay. So the Raiders suck.
I get it.
I mean, the Raiders suck as a whole. It's not just one player; it's the whole team.
Now, but again, first of all,
you just want to be right on Thanksgiving, don't you?
No, I am just right, because this just proves exactly what I was talking about, regardless if it was the Raiders. And I understand it was the Raiders. In fact, I'm not. I think Kevin Stefanski should have been a little bit happier in the post game, about how well he played. That could be a story. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this. That whole thing, by the way, she wants you to know that she's kicking all of our ass, by the way. So yeah. Well, no, by the way, she was up on your ass and my ass. Look how far I'm down. I got a lot of room to talk. But she was all over everybody's ass for 4 weeks before that. And I started out the season wonderful. And now I'm where I'm at. But either way, she, just to let you know, she's there. So, and matter of fact, so I don't have to do that. I'll put that little thing there and it'll come up into the corner there. So that being said, the Cleveland Browns get their first victory, and we can say I'm right because it doesn't matter. I don't know what the record is. It's bad. Okay. But the record with, Flacco and the other, Gabriel, or whatever his name is, Gabriel's his last name. There's no question, just in one game, that he was at least as good as Joe Flacco.
Again, it was the Raiders.
Again, it was the Raiders, but it makes you wonder how. Hey, Joe Flacco's not on that team for a reason now. Okay,
right.
All right. So, say whatever you want. It was it, and listen. I don't know. I hate this kid, but at the beginning of the season, everybody was rip-roaring on me like I lost my mind. Listen, the Cleveland Browns have been irrelevant for 30 years. Not one, not two, and I can go all the way to 30, but I won't.
Don't do it.
But no, I won't do it. But it just proves the point that if they would have just finally decided, forget about it, we won't do the things that we should be. They haven't been successful for 30 years. there's no telling where they could be. Now, could he have got beaten up in week number 1? Of course. Could he have lost some games? Yes. But my point at the beginning of the season is, what's the damn difference? And I was right. What was the damn difference? There was zero difference. They could, and listen, if he brought them to the record that they are right now, you'd have to say it's successful. So, listen, sometimes it's hard being right all the time. It's just one
Listen
of
to you. Okay, were you so right about the Dallas Cowboys had shit the bet against the Eagles and we're going to come back? No, you were wrong about that too.
The only thing I said about that was I forget what it was. I could look it up, but it was like, are you sure about that? That's all I said.
Yeah,
that's all I said.
And when Dallas won, you were quiet.
Well, of course
you didn't say a goddamn word.
Of course I was quiet. I mean, that's you
were never quiet.
Well, there's some truth to that part. I want to go to what I said because it was kind of funny. Oh yeah. You said, I made the switch, just got the feeling, picked Dallas over Philly. And this was when they were down like 17-0. I said, or you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Philly was up 17. How much was it?
21-0.
21-0. Now, that having been said, of course, that's the name of the show on Sunday. Catch us from 9 to noon as we'll cover the rest of them right up till kickoff.
What did I say after that?
Hold on. Let me go. And what did you say after that? You said it's early, and then the boys having the game going on. And then you replied to that. I said you shouldn't have done that, and you said you were saying ? I really, really expected a meme right next to it, or whatever they're called, right next to it. And then you said Sonny is defending. Now, that being said, that was that's every once in a while. But everybody told me I was wrong about Shedeur Sanders. Now, I still hate the guy. I don't want anybody to have any kind of mixed feelings there, but I still hate the guy. He's still in, and even after the game, he didn't recognize exactly what you said. It was the Raiders. Anybody could beat the Raiders. Anybody could, come on that, and so much so that game was so bad they fired Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator, after the game.
That guy cannot have an NFL career. It's not.
He's just not. He is just not
be a head coach, a coordinator. He may be able to hold the damn balls on the sideline. I don't know if he's good enough for that.
He might not be even qualified for the water boy. I mean, I swear to God. College. College.
I got breaking news right now, though.
Well, hold on, because I wasn't expecting it. I'll push the button and then roll down. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly where it is. So, what is your breaking news?
The Cleveland Browns have hired Bill Belichick's girlfriend to be the offensive coordinator for the rest of the year.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they could do worse.
Mm-hmm. See that?
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but did you see the other? Did you see the other side of it?
Yeah, you got your face on McDonald mug, aren't you happy?
Oh, and not just me, but I hate this kid. Because
even the camera doesn't want to pick that shit up.
There we go, and there's Cuervo in there. And I also got another one with all of us sitting down at the front, and I'll be after I have my next cup, I'll come and I'll show it off. And I got my Santa. You remember I had my Santa cups. I said, screw this. I mean, I'm Santa, and so I went and I made my own Santa cup. So I got 3 new cups: 2 Couch Potato Sports Show and a Santa cup.
Well, first of all, if I'm on a mug, I'm not getting it done for you. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. And second of all,
tough. Yeah, it can't get blood from a turnip.
Give me a minute.
Anyway, but it is what it is. By the way, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling
I'm
really
glad
good.
because I feel like shit.
Well, sometimes you are what you look like. I guess I don't know how. So what's the matter? I mean,
No,
you're in the bar.
no,
You got
I worked last night. I got to go into work tonight. We got hell days yesterday and today because
who's in concert tonight?
we have no concerts. It's just everybody and their mother are at the casino today because what else is open?
They want to get away from the family and blow their money instead.
Right? So it was hell yesterday. It's going to be hell today, and so many. By the way, if you're going to a casino today, let's just say WinStar.
Okay, let's just say WinStar.
Let's just say WinStar. And if you have one of these things, one of these wonderful magical phones here, and you decide to put it face up on a casino machine, chances are the screen is black. Okay, so are the damn machines out there. You're not gonna be able to see it. Put your phone in your damn pocket. It's like, what, losing it? Yeah.
How many did you return yesterday?
On days like I remember, what was it, a couple of years ago on July 5th, I had 21 reports. 17 were all on cell phones from the day before.
All right.
So I was like,
or get a hoster or something, right?
Or you know what? Don't bring in the casino. All you bring in is your debit card and your driver's license. All you need. And hope to God you keep up with both those two things. But your wallet that has all your cards on there, your cell phone, your purse, your bag, your this, your that. Leave all that shit alone. Leave that in your car. You don't need it in a casino because you don't need that. Especially don't need it out in the public so everybody can see it and one person can sit there and go, hey, I'm pretty desperate right now. So, I mean, he's probably has some debit cards. I can probably buy a bunch of shit before he kills everything.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, I see it all the time.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I love casinos, but I love them on Fremont. I'm jonesing to get back to Fremont.
Working at one has made me never want to go into one. I understand that you may have to go in for if you're part of somebody's wedding or if you're at, or if you have a show you're going to go see or whatever else. I get all that. But to go in there and spend money in a casino when I see the risk reward you have going in there, people do win, but a lot of people do lose too. I always tell people, you know how this place gets bigger and bigger and bigger? Because y'all keep losing.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
Hey, here you go.
I don't blame her.
I fear the Podfather. Oh, Lord knows.
I've been there.
All right. So that being said,
by the way, you only have me till about maybe 11:30 today. So
it's 10:30 over there. So I got
that's what I thought we were going at 9.
What?
That's why I thought we were going at 9 because your thing behind you says.
I know. I just forgot. I need to keep that in Central Standard because everybody's used to it. I just throw it up because I found.
You misled people, sir.
Look at my turkey, man. Look at my turkey, man.
I don't like your turkey.
I love that.
You misled me on this. You made me wake up. I was sitting the snooze alarm every 9 minutes from 8 o'clock until the time I had to get to walk the dog. And I'm like, all right, let's go and get on this computer. I'm going, hey, where are you? Why haven't you started the show yet?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't go till 10. Oh, then I see the thing behind you, 9 a.m.
Yeah, my time. Yeah.
Now it's your time.
It's all about me, Remember, this is my show. It's all about
that's
me.
Convenient.
It's all about me, but I just wasn't thinking. I did that in a rush because I went right to work when I was working on that. I went right to work, so I was doing it quick so I wouldn't forget because I've got a lot of things going on right now. So I wanted to make sure I got it done. That's what it's been about me for almost 17 years on this show. That's just the way it kind of works here.
You're kind of regretting putting me on the show now, aren't you?
Yeah.
This stinks. This is total BS.
So, anyway, that being said, let's get to a little bit of news. All right, Geno Smith. Okay, Geno Smith having a hard time again. The loss 24-10. By the way, see, that's the point. 24-10, they were up. So, and they go and they kick it. But anyway, but Geno Smith, the Raiders have released a statement about Geno Smith and the things that, during the heat of the battle of a game, I I give these guys a little bit of grace, I guess is what you say. I just
You gave
actually
him no
learned.
grace. You
Yeah,
gave Geno Smith no grace at all.
but well, I don't give Geno Smith grace very much, but I get when it gets emotional. I get when I get when we get emotion when it gets emotional. So, um, Geno Smith had I guess if you want to, it, there's a little there's being classy and then there's not being classy. Okay, not and that being said, you've got to look out for when you're getting your ass kicked, which is exactly what ended up happening. And not only that, to the rookie quarterback coming out and doing what he did to the Raiders. Because the Raiders have not been playing good at all.
Yeah.
Okay. And the problem when you don't play well, you do stupid things. And guess what? Geno Smith, outside of just being not a good player, okay, tells me that him and what he did as far as I guess he had a bird flipping moment, and then he comes out here and he has to apologize. And here's the thing, okay, when you apologize, you, there's certain things you got to do in order to make a good apology, okay, and it goes back to back in the day. It was Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. And Ryan Leaf I forgot what he said, what he did, but he read this apology instead of just coming out and trying to do it. He read an apology after he got done, then he whipped the apology to the side for everybody to see, which was wonderful because it told me everything I needed to know about him. And I even liked him more because he hated the fact that it was a political thing, that he had to read a freaking apology that he had no business or wants to do. And so, that being said, you got Geno Smith doing what he did, birds flying, and that I don't like Geno Smith as a football player, but I like the fact that he said, "Screw it. I forget political correctness. Throw it out the damn window. I am just going to screw it. Fly the birds." Like he was in Philadelphia, where they do it all the time.
You know what though? I mean, I know you don't like the guy, for first play and everything else. You got to admit though, that team is trash.
Oh God, they're bad.
So I mean,
and firing Chip Kelly is not going to help help
no.
them.
And the thing is, I mean, he was served with a pile of shit to start with.
Yep.
And to make something out of that. And he's not the guy to do that. Doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback. He just ain't the guy to do that.
He just doesn't have the talent to do something like that.
Right. Well,
this is what they are. The dumpster fire.
Right.
That's exactly what they are.
Right. See, the thing is, he doesn't have the talent around him to do that either, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
I mean, it isn't just him. It's that entire team. So
look what he was up in Seattle. He had a team. I mean, he and the problem is Pete Carroll was the leading of that as far as that was concerned. And when he got down there, he was left with the riffraff that was left in there and literally doing nothing. I mean, when you bring Geno Smith in, you got to be smart enough to know he needs weapons outside of, because he just can't do it himself. He can't make plays happen. The plays have got to be set in stone and have to be plays that are successful. We're just not, they're just not getting that right now as far as the Raiders are concerned.
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is that Pete Carroll's 74 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
And even he's got to sit there and go, do I really want to take on a project that's going to last 3 to 4 years if I'm lucky? And for that matter, one is try to build this thing and don't post that shit. But it's like, it, it it's almost like saying, look, I can't quit this game, but I probably should, or I should probably be more selective on where I go, and maybe look at the team around them. Hey, honestly, if I was the Raiders right now, I'd go hire Nick Cage. He's playing Nicolas Cage. He's playing in the movie. I mean, come on, why not?
Hey, man, at least you get somebody, for them to come and see besides this bad football team.
If you really want to trick it up, get him and get Al Pacino to go on there and give them any given Sunday speeches. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, that was the worst hire for a football coach I think I've ever seen. Outside of him, that movie's fantastic. I love that movie. Outside of and listen to what I'm saying. Outside of Al Pacino, that movie was great. I can't believe I'm even saying that out loud. I should be arrested.
See, the thing is, there's only two parts of that movie I liked. I liked his speech at the end, and I liked James Woods because he was nuts.
The rest of the movie almost the second worst actor on that show.
But the movie itself, trash for me.
Oh, I firmly disagree with you.
Oh, fine. I mean, look, you got the replacements.
Mm-hmm.
You got any given Sunday. Give me the replacements any day of the week. Give me necessary roughness any day. I know how stupid that was, but I'll take that over any given Sunday.
Right? I just recently, as a month and a half ago, watched it and enjoyed it outside of Al Pacino. James Wood, he is the worst overdramatic actor in anything else that he does. But when he did that movie with Michael J. Fox, I forget
The Hard Way?
Yeah, The Hard Way. I'm telling you right now, I laughed through the whole damn thing, so much so I downloaded the movie. Now, I don't keep movies. I just don't. But just in case you can't find that one, because it wasn't a great big show. It wasn't a big box office smash. But
it was at its time.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But it was funny. I laughed my ass all through the whole thing because James Wood is just that bad. But he's also does it. James Wood also did a CBS show where he was a lawyer called Shark, and he's horrible in it too. But I watch it just to see how horrible he is. That's what, and it's almost like an addiction to watch how bad it could be. So that's every once in a while I'll throw Shark up just to watch it. It was on for 2.5 seasons. But outside of that, where were we? Oh, football. By the way, okay, all right. So hold on. We're not talking football yet. We're going to get to him. I want to talk to the Podfather because literally last night, I watched the interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon back in the day, right when the network started. And I don't know about you. I think the WWE, they're making so much money that, it's kind of like the old man, get off of my lawn kind of thing with Vince McMahon. I have to admit, now I've got all the respect for Vince McMahon. He's made superstars after superstars, and the fact that they diss him, I find it so disingenuous. Because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't. Whoever they are would not be who they are. So I find it so just disingenuous for him to go ahead and start ripping Vince McMahon. Because if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, no one would know who the hell they are. So I find that really bad. But I'm telling you right now, just based upon the money that they are raking in, and they were making money with Vince. Don't get me wrong, but the opportunity of money that is being made over there. That they probably made that move probably about 4 or 5 years too late.
For what? For Vince selling TKO?
No, for getting Vince out of there. I I just I I've come to the conclusion that listen, wrestling is a love of my life for my whole life, and it was because of Vince McMahon. Okay, so and that's why it pisses me off. I watch these people just pissing all over Vince McMahon, and if it wasn't for him, no one would know who that freaking dude is. It just really kind of pisses me off. Now, just like anything else, and it's hard for me to admit, NFL wise, obviously the game has changed so dramatically since I've been watching it to where it is that yes, it's gotten past me. That's what happened, I think, with Vince McMahon being at the helm. It just passed him by and it stopped them from making the money that they're making now. In reality, it could have been a lot more, but he had to run the ship. I mean, there's no question. And by the way, put Cesaro's career. I mean, good God. You want to talk about throwing somebody to the wolves? By the way, Cesaro is a great talent, and he said he didn't have charisma. He had different kind of charisma because people loved him. So they just didn't love him enough that Vince McMahon said we got to push him and push him harder, and they dropped the ball. Talk about talk about having the spearhead on ruining a career. He went nowhere after that. He's over in AEW. No one even knows what he's doing over there. So do you
That tells
think?
you a lot about AEW, though.
Well, that does too. Well, they do. They did it with everybody. They did it with our guy. What's his nose? Who went over there? Who's he came to some of the local shows. He got really big. Yeah. And then AEW signed him up. Forget his name. Which, by the way, tells you a lot too. Uh, he friggin' A, I just can't remember his name. That big dude, big dude.
We got a lot of big dudes there. I'm trying to remember who you're
No,
talking.
not too many that went. Well, no, he went to WWE. Then he's over at AEW,
Keith Lee.
and huh?
Keith Lee.
Yes, Keith Lee.
He's been sick for a while, though.
I know. I have actually read that. But before he got sick, though, it was the biggest thing in the world. Signing, and that's the problem with AEW. By the way, they sign the big names, they get them for a month, and then they let it go.
Well,
here's
the thing about AEW. AEW tries to hit on the niche, not the box office, the niche.
Gotcha.
And that's the difference between WWE and AEW is that WWE, which by the way you can watch on ESPN, show up on First Take and promote their damn show. You couldn't do that 10 years. You couldn't do it under Vince McMahon. It wasn't going to happen on a monthly basis. Now you got Paul Heyman, one of the best personalities on there, combating with Stephen A. Smith. Who doesn't want to see that? You know?
Exactly.
I mean, you have more personalities coming out of WWE, and through Triple H and through everybody else who's involved in that, including Bruce Pritchard, who's one of Vince's guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys know how to make money in wrestling. Tony Khan does not. Okay, Tony Khan's got
people around him.
I mean, you can put wrestlers around you. That's one thing. You put certain stars around you. That's another thing. But you have to put business people around you that know how to make this thing work. And Tony Khan, I think Jim Cornette says he takes his 2 action figures of his guys and goes, "This is my main event for the next show I'm going to do." And there's
no storyline behind it. It's just a match. I hate that.
He has a pay-per-view event that consists of 10 to 15 matches a night. WWE is doing it with only 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 or 6, and they're
because you know why? Less is
bigger
more.
and better stories.
Less is more. How many times did you and I work a show at Sword Championship Wrestling, and we're going and I'm trying to round out everybody's music, and then I find out we have I got to find 16 different theme songs because we got 8 matches that night. or God forbid, because Bobby's going to put everybody you can on the show. We've got 6-man tags. We've got fatal 4-ways. We got the 3-man whatever. What I mean, or we God forbid we do a battle royal. Oh Jesus Christ! Trying to find the music for that shit. And by the way, I was always the one that sat there and told everybody weeks in advance, send me your shit. And it wouldn't be until the day of the show they walk up and hey man, I changed my theme.
They have maybe 10 minutes before they're supposed to go on friggin' on stage or in the ring. Drove me nuts.
I would look at him with a look of death. And I swear I had scared many wrestlers, and I'm just a commentator. And I was like, you motherfucker. I told you
please stop
a while ago to give me your shit. But it's the thing is that I didn't think about it. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm glad you didn't think about it. I'm not gonna think about putting your new music on here. I'll do it next month when I have time to put it on there.
You know what we should have done, and of course, hindsight's always 20/20. Get them the worst theme song on the side, ready to go. The worst theme song, have them come in and say, "That'll teach you."
Well, when you left, and I was still doing sound about at one point, I said, "Guys, I've got I'm a Barbie Girl on standby. I will play that. I will play that shit if I have to. I've had it done to me. Okay, so I will play that shit." Like it's nothing.
All right. So that being said, we only got you for a little while. Let's hop into the games so we know what's going on.
I mean, if anything, let's go and cover my game so I can knock my 2 cents in and just go from there because I might have to leave. So
let's go ahead and do it. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys at home, like they are every Thanksgiving at home.
So Detroit.
So is Detroit. Now, they get the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs last week, listen, I have to admit, I looked at that game and I did not want to pick Kansas City. You did. Congratulations, by the way. Indianapolis, see, I was watching the game, and Indianapolis stayed in that game against a pretty good football team. So I'm looking at Indianapolis and liking what I'm seeing in Indianapolis. They got a couple of tweaks that they got to make going into the playoffs. It is late November going into December. This is the nitty-gritty time. And with the Kansas City Chiefs being behind the 8 ball going into Dallas, short week for both. Dallas used to it. I don't believe that crap. Oh, they do it every year. Dallas is used to it. No, they're not.
Every team should be used to it now. They have Thursday night games. They're always
exactly. So I don't even want to hear that crap. I don't care. Oh, short week. You know what? Yeah, get with it. Tired of it. And those are just excuses. That being said, Kansas City still needs this game more. Yeah, well, more than Dallas because Dallas is out of it. That part's pretty much.
No, I mean, technically, both teams are the 10th seed of their conference.
Yeah,
so I mean, the thing is, both teams need it just as bad.
Yeah, just as bad if you really honestly think they can make the playoffs. I don't think Dallas can.
Well, I think they can, but the thing is, though, is that they're into it as much as the Chiefs are. I mean, both teams are literally the same team, minus the stars on one team compared to the other one. But again, it's so hard to pick because, the Chiefs are who they are.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Chiefs have blown big games this year. They've won some games this year, and look at the Cowboys. Same thing. They've blown some big games. They've lost some big. You literally have. It'd be kind of cool, and I doubt they'll do it. If the Kansas City Chiefs come out with the Dallas Texan logo on their helmet, they did it one year, but it'd be kind of cool to have like an old Dallas, the Dallas Texan, Dallas Cowboy game, NFL, AFL kind of game. Plus, the game is going to be playing on CBS. So the CBS announcer Tony Romo, who's a former Cowboy, and Jim Nantz are going to be all up Patrick Mahomes' ass all game long. So, I mean, they've set the stage for what could surely be a good fight. But just so you know, I did a little research on this. Not only do I have 1 or 2 or even 3, I have 4.
4.
4 things that'll get the Cowboys a victory today.
All right. Let's do it. What here, let me put this up here and boom, across the bottom. Thanksgiving Day. Go ahead. Short week. I'm talking all that good stuff. So let's start with point number 1.
Number 1, they have to keep away from 3rd and shorts. Okay?
Okay.
No, I'm serious because
No, that just sounds funny. The way you say it. 3rd and shorts, you know.
I mean, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2.
There you go. There you go. It just sounded funny.
3rd and 5, maybe. Okay, but
leave me alone. I'm being a little elementary here. All right.
Shut up. You talk over Bryce. Shut the fuck up. So anyway, look. So, why am I on the big screen? Hi everybody. How's it going? Like my bar. Anyway, so the main thing they have to do is stop Travis Kelce, stop him from getting out in the open. And the bad thing with the Dallas defense is that they play a lot of zone or cover 1 that gives the receivers a lot of space. So if you're going to do that, you better be pressuring the quarterback to make him make the dumbass mistakes. Now they showed they can do that last week to Jalen Hurts. They need to up that level up a little bit more. But like I said, keep them away from 3rd and shorts or 3rd and less than 5, because it'll really help. Point number 2.
Point 2.
I mentioned point 1, didn't I?
Is that all you got?
No. I'll say point 2. They need to run the ball control. They need to hold on to the damn ball, and they need to kill the time off the clock as best they can. Give the Chiefs little as time as possible with the ball. Just ball control will keep them. The longer you keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, the less he's going to feel like he's into the game, and I think that's going to be a big plus for them.
I agree.
If again, number 3. I mentioned number 1, number 2, right? Just so we're clear. Okay.
Yes. Number.
Okay. 2. Okay. It's number 3 now. Okay.
Number 3.
Okay. Number 3. Okay. CeeDee Lamb had the big drop this past week. He's been snake bit by the Eagles this year. 7 drops all year long against that team.
By the way, why is that? Why can't that dude hold on to the ball?
I don't know. I mean, this goes into the whole Rick thing, but because he was dropping passes he should have been catching. Okay, honestly, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing: CeeDee Lamb needs George Pickens. George Pickens needs CeeDee Lamb. If they can work together and because right now George Pickens is the second highest running receiver in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, playing out of his mind. He should have a contract yesterday to be a Cowboy for the next 4 or 5 years.
I can't argue with you.
No, he should have one yesterday, if not 2 days ago. And Jerry says
they should give him his Thanksgiving bonus.
Listen, Dak will restructure. CD will restructure. People will restructure their contracts to bring this guy in.
Yeah.
Right. And I think again, C. Lamb has got to get his head in the game. I see it. He's got to get his head in the game.
That's you.
I know. You're hearing from my lawyer. Anyway, get C. Lamb involved in the game, but also keep Jay Ferguson going. For the 3rd and 5s, for the 3rd and 4s. Let him keep the ball. And if you're going to be at the goal line, if you're going to be at the 2-yard line, you can't punch it in. You got a fullback that can fall for 2 yards.
Okay.
Hunter Lipke, he can fall for 2 yards or give the ball to your tight end and let him barrel through there. If you don't think your running back can do it, so that's number 3. And number 4, last but not least, we saw something this last week that we don't ever see that often. Brandon Aubrey missed a field goal.
I know. I was like, that was
not. It's gonna happen. He followed up. He got the game winner. Good for him. Yeah. And that guy. I mean, we can debate who's the best kicker in the league. I know me and Bryce can go back and forth between our kickers. You know, honestly, it doesn't matter who the best kicker is. The thing is, who's more.
Because he's just a kicker. Who cares?
Yeah. It's who's the more dependable. I mean, that's what the one you want to trust going in when you have 60 yards away from a field goal. So that's where we're at nowadays in the NFL. So you got to make sure Brandon's got his head on straight. It's Thanksgiving. He's home. He's doing traveling. His leg can get all stretched out and everything else he did with it home to be on an airplane. Good for him. Make your field goals. And those are my 4 keys. So there you go.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I was right?
No, not really.
I wasn't right?
I'm just saying that it don't matter.
What a dick. Boy, you're such an ass kisser. I swear, with Bryce on here going, I agree with you completely. Oh, my God. How do I kiss your ass any further? But
well, I think you missed it. I think you missed it. I think the difference is going to be the offensive line.
Well,
and the fact.
I mean, when you think about it, though, no one has run on this particular defense right now. This new defense the Cowboys have, no one has been able to run on. And so it's going to make Patrick Mahomes have to throw the ball an awful lot. And that's what killed the Eagles. That's what killed the Eagles this last week. That, I mean, how do you take Saquon Barkley, who got the NFL's all-time leading rushing record in the season? How do you keep him only down 25 yards in one game?
Well, I think I get what you're talking about.
So,
but I think in this game, I think your Cowboys are going to win. Now I struggle with the fact that I just said. Because I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan.
But I thought about this today. For what we do here on this show, we can have our own teams and everything else. I think taking the whole I don't like them because they are who they are, because they have a certain type of laundry I don't like. I take that out of the equation. I was never a big Redskin fan. I like the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the players out there, do I think they're going to win this year anymore? No, probably not. But it's not because I don't like them. It's because I can look at them and go, the talent's not there right now.
That's exactly, and that's been the problem. Take away 1 or 2 seasons in the last 10 years for the Dallas Cowboys. You got to give them credit that one year when Dak took them. Like, what were they? They only lost 3 or 4 games in the season, and they should have went further than they did, and they didn't.
But the thing is, they lost to the team that won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So back in the 90s, couldn't stand them, still hate them because of the 90s. But that being said, I don't trust the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
I wouldn't either.
I did, and regardless what they did last week, I don't trust them. They're getting to the point, I think, that it's so repetitive on what they are doing any given week that it's finally caught up to them. And the fact they haven't seemed to change the offense enough to keep people on their toes. It's almost like they know what's going on. Now, that might be Patrick Mahomes' fault. Guess what? Patrick Mahomes is who he is, and he's going to go and do what he does. The thing is, he's consistent at doing it. I think the league has caught up to Patrick Mahomes. He hasn't done anything to change his game, and it's so stagnant right now that it's so recognizable. But that being said, how good of a team are you going to be against them to stop it?
Plus, you have to look at it this way: has Andy Reid lost the room yet?
No, I don't think this is an Andy Reid thing.
You know what? I mean, honestly, him and Travis Kelce are having their own issues with each other. Travis Kelce has kind of been the not so much the face of the place, but he's been pretty much the one of the guys. And when you get into it with your head coach, that lingers.
I don't think so. Not between those guys. I don't. And here's the thing, because this happened even when they were successful. Kelsey and them always rubbed heads, even on the sideline, because the thing was, it was the passion of the game and trying to win a football game. No one took that crap personally, and I don't think they do. They just want to win. And when Andy Reid finally puts his foot down, he puts his foot down. He lets them go off, which I think is probably the genius of Andy Reid. Because what's the biggest complaint about old people and young people? They don't know how to get along. Well, Andy Reid has figured it out. Okay. Andy Reid has been a coach for 2 football teams for more than 10 years at a time. You don't get that way unless you, Andy Reid, know how to adapt to the bullshit that's coming his way, and that is the young football team. Good morning, the co-host of this program. But Andy Reid knows how to handle these guys and speak to them. Now, that being said, I don't think Bill Belichick was that way. I think he had a go-between. I don't think because the simple fact of the matter is that when Bill Belichick said something, he could give a rat's fat ass about how anybody felt, and this is the way it was going to be. So he had a buffer. He had someone say, "Hey, go let this guy know what's going on." So he didn't have to face him, but he got the word out to what needed to be done. Andy Reid, he's in your face. He'll do it. He'll talk to you. He'll let you know what you're fucking up with, and that's Andy Reid. That's why it's hard to go against Bill Belichick as a head coach. But man, if there's a 1A, it's Andy Reid. Andy Reid is just that good.
Then look on the flip side where the Cowboys are. New head coach. He's firmly got that team in his pocket.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the thing is,
in fact, what you got to do in reality, you got to give him credit.
Yeah, because he's done something that I haven't seen a coach with the Cowboys do in forever, maybe since Jimmy, and that's get that team believing in the coach. Absolutely. Because I don't think they believed in Jason Garrett. I think they were more terrified of Bill Parcells than anything else, and
that probably hurt him.
The previous coach they had, the guy, what's his name? See, I totally forgot what his name was now.
Wasn't it Wade Phillips before?
Well, I mean, Wade Phillips had that team playing, right? He had the defense going. He had shit for offense, but he definitely had, he definitely had the defense going. So however he motivates the defense, I was saying halfway in the year, get rid of Eberflus and bring in Wade Phillips as defensive coordinator. He's not afraid to evolve.
Absolutely, evolve. Yep. Absolutely. Adapting.
See, my only deal with that is that, and I agree with that completely. My thing is, when they take the hard losses that they've taken this year,
yes,
does he lose the locker room because of that? I mean, he can't. It don't matter who you are. You lose games that against teams like the Bills or I can't even go say lost to, but games that they were winning a year ago, now they're losing. Again, that fires back on the coach, regardless of who the coach is. Why wasn't? Because you're gonna get some guy in the media saying, why didn't he have his team ready for this kind of game? This is a big game, So and again, you can't fire the entire team. You can only fire one person.
Right. So, well, there's only so many untouchable players on the Kansas City Chiefs now. Okay, there's only 3: Kelce, Jones, and Mahomes. Everybody else can walk right out the door. They'll let them go before they let Andy
Well,
Reid
the bad
go.
thing is a lot of them have gone out the door, and look how much they've suffered from it.
Well, I don't know if it's because of that though. I
mean, if they had the talent they had on there 2 years ago, will they be where they're at today?
well, but that goes back to them being stagnant, and they know who Patrick Mahomes is. Gen A.
Don't do it. Oh, shit. Bingo.
They know who he is.
But you know, I mean, look, I agree with you. I think Dallas wins this game. I think the fact that it is at home, and the fact that this is their tradition. Now, I'm not saying that they've won Thanksgivings. You know, I mean, they're 33 and 22 on Thanksgiving, so clearly they're not you know owning that day completely.
Absolutely.
Then again, look at the Lions. I mean, their Thanksgiving records aren't that great either. So I really do think Dallas wins this. Maybe in a field goal, it'll be close. The best thing about this, and this goes to the head coach, that team didn't get down when they were 21-0.
Right.
Well, people who pick games might be down on them, Sonny. But I mean, and like I say, I wish you didn't change your pick. Now, I mean, look, there's 4 quarters, and they played, and as he said in this in his post show thing, he hit the first quarter and the second quarter we spot on 21 points. What happened in the third quarter? What happened in the fourth quarter? They couldn't score anymore. The Eagles had 7 drives in the second half, and they couldn't do anything with it. That's the kind of team that can beat the Chiefs.
As long as they stay resilient.
Yeah.
Because you look at what they do each and every week, and look in the past of what makes the Kansas City Chiefs who they are, which is at the end of the game, they're money. They haven't been money this year except last week, but they have been money there. So going toe to toe against the Dallas Cowboys here today, how this game plays out through the first 3 quarters will determine on what kind of Kansas City Chiefs teams you're going to see in the fourth.
See, I doubt that. I think because a team can be up for 3 quarters and be shutting down the fourth quarter, and that'll happen. That can happen.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I should have said who they have to be in the fourth quarter.
The one thing that killed the Eagles is that, and they've been like this for all year long that I can think of, they don't put teams away. You know? And I mean, even when you're up 21-0, you keep your foot on that throat and you keep pushing to get 35-0. You keep pushing to get 42-0. You don't run the score, you put them away. That's different. And then the thing is, the Eagles are not constructed. The Eagles were on the idea of just sit on the ball. Well, the bad thing is they couldn't run, so then they had to throw. And against that defense, which gives up a lot of yardage and a lot of depth on their secondary, they couldn't move the ball. And then special teams. I mean, shoot, that one hit that one guy for the gunner for the Cowboys who got tossed around like a rag doll and came in and hit that big ass hit on the returner that forced a fumble. Dude, that was huge. And look, and I hate to put anything on this because you don't really know this for a fact, but they're playing with a lot of emotion because of Marshawn Neal. Okay, that him not being on the team, I don't know what he was as a teammate, and I also get why he's no longer with us. So that little part needs to kind of see. They got off to a faster start. That's great, but they didn't get off to a fast start yet last week, and they won. So, you know,
they get out of the gates.
Yeah, but it's just the thing is, the Cowboys like to do it like almost like a filling out process. I mean, when they played the Raiders, they sat both their 2 big time wide receivers on the bench for the first drive. Now, granted, it was the Raiders, and it didn't matter. But the thing is, it was hey, look, y'all partied the night before, y'all shouldn't have done that. Y'all plans for the first drive or 2. We'll get back in here and we'll win this thing. And that's after Max Crosby forced a fumble. So, look, this team's playing with a lot of emotion that they need to have right now, and they're doing what they're doing with a brand new defensive line. Dude, you gonna tell me that Quinlan Williams, that Overshown, those guys aren't making a difference right now?
Right.
I mean, this goes back to the whole Micah Parsons trade, right? Micah is always on one side of the ball. He's on the left side or the right side, right? But now they got a guy in the middle that stops the run in the middle and disrupts the offensive line completely from there. They didn't have that, even with Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So now could they have had both of them at the same time? I'm sure that Jared would have liked to have had that, but it wasn't going to happen. So, I'm not saying that this is an improvement over Micah Parsons, but it is different. And it worked the last 2 weeks. Again, you took on the worst team and then possibly the best team, one of the best teams. So take that as you want to take it. They beat them both. Now they go play a team that is on par with them. Record.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. But I think what needs to happen for the Kansas City Chiefs, if they're going to get the win today, is realizing what's going on and who needs to help this team win. I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't have one dude, and that's the running back, Kareem Hunt. I mean, say whatever you want. Okay, goes away, comes back, goes away. There's been one of the better pickups for the Kansas City Chiefs here, and when you have a running game that you can kind of depend on, also having Kareem Hunt slip out of the backfield on third down, help you get those first downs. Kareem Hunt is a big part of what we're going to see for Kansas City if they're going to be successful today and get the win. It's going to be there's going to be a heavy dose today, I think, of Kareem Hunt coming from Kansas City. But we go back to what you said. Since they've made those changes on the defensive side of the ball for the Dallas Cowboys,
no one can run.
At least against the run,
No.
it's not happening for too many of them. So that's. But again,
again, the whole thing is that you got the best college running back in the league a year ago couldn't do shit against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Raiders. And you got the all-time leading rusher for a season in Saquon Barkley. Again, he did more stuff out of the passing game than he did out of the running game.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you just trying to show for your shit.
I want Cuervo this.
There's like no shame in you at all, is there?
No. This is just this was my Christmas gift to myself. So I needed a couple new cups, and I was
so you gotta get cups and better Wi-Fi.
Well, I can't do anything about the Wi-Fi except
rub 2 balloons together and see what happens.
No. That I don't have control over that. That's just where I live. So, but I hate it.
You can move.
Knock on wood. It's been okay so far today. So, but that being said, Sunday.
I mean, you're still ugly, so I don't know how it's going to work.
Well, listen. You're not telling me something I don't know. I mean, I kind of know that I'm not so handsome anymore. If I ever was, I've just been kind of the average dude. There wasn't anything special about me as far as looks were concerned.
Well, you t-shirt says that.
I can't believe I'm actually picking the Dallas Cowboys today.
It's all about momentum, right? It's all about momentum. Dallas has it right now. The Chiefs, they've been flip-flopping all year long.
They've been consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
So, that makes a difference.
I mean, Dallas had its share of that earlier in the year when they had no defense at all.
Well, look at the Raiders' defense. Before Lamar Jackson came back, their defense was trash. Lamar Jackson comes back. Now they're winning football games.
You mean the Ravens?
That's what I said. The Ravens. Look
You
at the
said the
Ravens.
Raiders. You
Oh
said the
no,
Raiders.
I said Ravens
Wait,
because
who did you say, folks? Come on, Cuervo. Who did you say?
anyway, the Ravens.
Yeah,
Look
the
at
Raiders.
that defense. Their defense has gotten a lot better. They were at the bottom 5 at every damn category through the first 9 to 10 games. Now Lamar Jackson's back. Guess what? We got different
Yeah,
defense. We got
yeah.
different football team. It just goes to show how much an influence of a guy like a Lamar Jackson can do, and they're going to be in action Sunday night or
Against the
tonight.
historically bad defensively team of the Bengals,
Yes,
who may or may not have Joe Burrow back tonight.
I'm not expecting it. I've been hearing those rumors for a couple of weeks that he might make his way back. I don't think Thanksgiving is going to be it. I think if we see Burrow, it's going to be in 2 weeks. Not, I think is a little bit too far. Everybody tries to push it. Listen, they're out of it. You want to risk your franchise quarterback in a friggin' meaningless game. That's the Bengals. It's almost as bad as the friggin' Browns doing
What did I say?
stupid shit
What
they
did I
have
say
no
the
damn
game
business doing. And
What
they then he can be out for another year and there'll be November next year.
And what did I say at the beginning of this year?
Say again?
What did I say at the beginning of this year about Burrow?
I don't know. What did you say?
I said this is his last year as a Bengal. He's going to force a trade, or he's going to do something to get out of there because he does not want to be on this team anymore.
Well, here's the thing. They have not protected him. That's for damn sure. He's been out in injury for the last 3 friggin' years, and it's mainly because they don't spend the money where they need to spend it. Granted, Jamar Chase, you got to pay the guy. Okay. Joe Burrow, you got to pay Joe Burrow. But you have got to get something on that offensive line to protect your franchise because you're only going to have a franchise quarterback for an average, if he's truly a franchise quarterback, 7 to 10 years. And they're about ready, like you said, they're about ready to blow it out of the water. But I don't think it's going to be this year. It's going to be a new coach because I think they're going to can the coach. Okay, he's new. I think they're going to can him.
I'm sure they will, but at the same time, Burrow can look at that and go, well, I don't want to be around for another new coach, especially on this team that's not going to change their personnel.
Well, it depends on, first of all, who the coach that they would get.
Well,
and then second of all, the moves that they would make to try to protect him. Yeah. So
first of all, that falls on the general manager. General manager got to go find those players and go get them in. Coach don't do a whole. All he does is bring him in, you coach him up. That's all he does.
Absolutely. But as far as Burrow is concerned, it is a big deal. He needs and wants to probably know who that person's going to be. And if it's just going to be, we're getting into the day and age right now where the NFL and the head coaches are not guys that are football guys. We're getting analytic guys. We're getting college educated guys, not football players and the things that are successful to win. I understand the game is changing, but as of right now, with the way that it's changing, it's consistently inconsistent. And once it does take over and is consistent, i.e. the pocket quarterback has been successful for years, sooner or later that'll turn around and be a consistent, but right now it's not there, depending on who we're talking about. But as far as league wide, the running quarterbacks are not successful. They're not the guys that you're knocking, going, oh my gosh, we're worried about them. The only one right now that anybody is and should be worried about is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of the, listen, two-time reigning, he's the reigning, and he's also a 2-time MVP. Okay. And if he gets them to the playoffs and gets them into the Super Bowl, there should be no reason why he shouldn't be the MVP again. I look at all the quarterbacks right now in the NFL. I don't know. I don't believe the Patriots quarterback that they're no, I'm not there. I'm not.
Which is funny because right now the Patriots are the first seed.
Absolutely, and but that just goes to show that is having the luxury of Mike Vrabel. I'm telling you right now.
Well, okay, but I mean, in a conference that has the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, Chargers, want to go that route? I mean, the Patriots are again in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And none of us saw that coming.
No, that was blind. That was a blindside hit, man, that we did not expect to see at all. So that being said, you're going here in a few minutes. Just roll through really quick. Green Bay and the Detroit Lions. Give your quick synopsis of that game, and then we'll get the other quick synopsis for the other three. Go ahead.
I think the Patriots take this one. The Packers take this one. Only because I think the Lions have kind of shown us that missing their two coordinators they had the last couple of years has now officially hurt them.
Wait. Listen, this football team is still a good football team.
They're a good football team, but the thing is, the only thing that can ruin this for the Packers is LaFleur himself, because he himself is like, let's get the lead and sit on it. Let's get up by 1 point and just sit on it and see what happens.
I don't think that's a him thing. That's a Jordan Love playing like crap.
That's a LaFleur thing. Thing is, Jordan Love is playing under his system, so that's what that is.
Yeah,
I'm not too sold on Jordan Love right now. That's the thing, because
beginning of the year, you thought they were going to dominate big time.
And guess what? I could be wrong. I got no problem with that. But I'm not like you, who's such a narcissistic individual.
I was rude.
Yeah,
I admit when I'm wrong. I admit when I'm wrong.
You never admit when you're wrong. I see the Packers fighting on this one a lot harder than the Lions. I think the Lions will make too many mistakes, too many fourth and whatevers. Just too many mistakes that have ruined it for this year will be in full effect today. And Jack White can't save them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they're 7-4 though. I mean, and
the
Packers are 7-3. It's the same football team. Who's playing better football right now?
That's what I'm saying. I think the Lions will make enough mistakes where the Packers will capitalize.
I think differently.
Okay.
I'm picking the Packers.
Okay, good for you.
But I think Jordan Love shows up today. I think all the doubters and all that stuff, he's on the main stage today. First game made. I think we see Jordan Love, throw for about 330 and 2 touchdowns.
This is his first time on the main stage. I mean, he had the main
stage. No, I'm just saying, all the talk that's being talked about, he gets the opportunity on the main stage to shove it down their throat.
But just a thought: what if they tie? What's already happened this year?
Yeah, to them, the Packers.
Yeah, and the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
You think about it. The Dallas Cowboys right now are 5-5-1. They are literally 500. They are literally 500, and while the Lions have, actually the Packers are up on the Lions right now, because if they're 7-3-1, that's one game. That's half a game better than the Lions.
Actually, Packers are on top of them with
Thank
that
you.
half game. Makes
You're gonna try to correct me.
Bears are 8-3. Holy shit!
No one saw that guy. Not even Cuervo saw that one coming.
No, he didn't, because Cuervo is a realist on his football team.
Yeah.
So
I am too.
But I think we see Jordan Love today. I think we see the Jordan Love that people think, and this is the best time for him to do it. At this time of the year, end of November, be the stud that he is, and take it, and now move into December next week, being the team that you're going to have to think that you thought throughout the last 4 weeks they're pretenders. I think they make a statement game today against the Lions that they're actually contenders. I think they're still one of the better teams once they put it together 100%. And that's where they need a full game from everybody in that. So
and I think it's pretty much a safe bet that we're both picking the Ravens over the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too many arguments as far as that's concerned. I mean,
so then let's talk about the big game down below, the Bears and the Eagles. Oh my God!
Absolutely.
This this is a game that honestly, Caleb Williams and the Bears need to show why they're on top of the North. And
Absolutely.
This is a game that the Eagles need to bounce back from and go, wait a minute, we're way better than we were last week. Now they're playing Phillies. That works to Phillies' advantage. So, but I mean, it ain't so much about the cold weather. It's more about the attitude that's there. Who did I pick? I think I picked the Bears. Only because they're playing.
Well, look, because I want to know.
They're playing so good right now, and it's hard to go against them because. But no, I actually picked the Eagles because they're at home. So yeah, I'm going to say the Eagles bounce back and beat the Bears because as good as the Bears are right now, they need to have that one loss to kind of bring back to reality a little bit. So this could be that game.
Yep, it's
going to be a punch them in the mouth type of game for sure. And if I was Caleb Williams, don't go paint your fingernails for this game because they will lynch you. They will fucking lynch you out there. Not saying they'll just fucking lynch you no matter what. I mean, if somebody went out there as Santa Claus now, they'll lynch his ass too, which I still want to see. But that's who the people in Philadelphia are. They're a bunch of frauds, they're a bunch of phonies, and that's what Jerry said. That's what Jerry said. By the way, hey, by the way, hey, just real quickly, and I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, and it'd be funny if this is actually how this actually happened. I make the joke about how Jerry Jones got his 3 rings, about how he brought in Jimmy Johnson, and he says, "Lord, please let Jimmy get some rings. I want Jimmy to give me some rings." So the Lord gave him 2 rings, and he said, "Okay, it's all about me now." Then I'm gonna go hire Barry now. Hires Barry. Barry didn't win the first year, so then he says, "All right, Lord, you need to help me out there." So, devil, you down there, devil? I want Barry to get 1 ring, just 1 ring. Wow. So he got his 1 ring, and since then he hasn't won since, right? So do you think Jerry went to church and said, "Lord, I'm willing to sacrifice anybody on this team, anybody, except for Dak. I gotta pay Dak. Anybody." He said, "Okay, give me the last guy who scored a touchdown. Fine, take him. I'm gonna pay him anyway." Now here the Cowboys are trying to win again. So it'd be funny if that was actually the case, but I know it's not. But it's a funny thought.
Anyway, yeah. But that being said, it was a great game, and that's Black Friday's game, by the way. That game's tomorrow. Yeah. I like that idea. The guys who don't want to go out for Black Friday, they're going to stay home and get ready for the game. And of course, that's only 3 hours of the game. I think that game's at nighttime too. So it's what time is the game? Actually, it's 3:30 Eastern, so it's 2:30 in the afternoon for you.
It's still a holiday day for most people, so people will be home to watch it.
Yep. So interestingly enough, and I think that's going to be a great game. I think that's going to be one that kind of makes the week getting ready. Obviously, going. These are outside of the Bengals and the Ravens. The Ravens I think it'll be a good game, though. Depending on what happens.
As we end the season, I'm pretty sure the NFL said, "Hey, Burrows versus Jackson. Both teams are probably in contention with each other. Why not?"
That's what it was. They saw that as a big time get, and then of course,
because I'm sure they never said that about the Bears and the Eagles.
I think they had a hope, but listen, the NFL hoped that Chicago would be good. They didn't expect it to be this good, just like anybody else who's a Bear fans. Deep down, Bear fans, if they look in their mind, and Cuervo will be the first to admit it, they didn't expect it. They wanted to see improvement. Remember, they've only won 5 games last year, so they got 17 to better it out. And they not only have they bettered it out, they're 2 games away from doubling up what they did. They're going to get 2 more games this season.
The thing is, that game there, that Friday night game, it looks like that's a 13-10 game, like a low scoring, big defense, big play. kind of a long, drawn out, boring ass game that will come down to a field goal.
You and me, I get what you're saying, but I gotta tell you, I think those games are the best in reality. It's just like a 1-0 hockey game. If you know hockey, that's an exciting game. Now, because if you're a lover of scoring, great. But if you're a lover of defense and seeing the goalie do what he's supposed to do, which is and both of them actually doing it, and 1-0 games, one gets by. There's nothing more exciting than a 1-0 hockey game. I'm sorry, there isn't. But that's me. I'm a lover of that sport. I can watch it. I know what's going to happen, and we don't talk hockey here. The reason
I can't
why we don't
talk
talk hockey, no one talks hockey. So, and no one gives a crap about it except me. I have ESPN on my Hulu thing. I watch hockey all the time. Love me some hockey. But in fact, if ASU has a game tonight, I might go to the ASU hockey game tonight. Or tomorrow. I got my eyes set on doing something that I haven't been able to do, and I might make my way out if they got a game. It's either this week or next week they got a game. So on Friday and Saturday.
That's great. Guess where I'll be for the next 10 hours.
I guess you're gonna have to figure out what to do while I know what you'll do. Taking reports of all those cell phones that you're gonna find.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what I'll be doing actually physically today at work, but I know that I'll have TVs around, people making all sorts of noise, so I'll know what's going on with the game. But yeah, it's my first Thanksgiving to work up there in forever, and I know it's going to be hell. So because last night,
well, there is a hockey game tomorrow. I might make my way out to the hockey game.
By the way, have you been watching any of the NBA lately?
I haven't because I'm not interested. NBA's unwatchable.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you happen to turn it on, notice that they've changed the color of the courts.
Yes.
That is so weird. I mean, it is almost watching Boise State playing football weird.
Yes. I get what you're saying.
I'm like,
continue that thought. I'll be right back.
Hi, right. By the way, if you can, go subscribe to the Podfather channel on YouTube. I review a bunch of movies, have a lot of fun with it. It's not my voice, so if you're used to this voice, you won't get this voice on that. But it's a lot of fun. Go check it out. 131 subscribers. Need more. Try to make some money with it. And hopefully you can help me out. If you can't, then blame Sonny, because Sonny does not do us any favors by trying to promote his own stuff, his own vision, his own picture on his phone, on his cup, his coffee. By the way, who can drink a coffee cup with their own picture on it? Really? Who can drink one with a picture of me on there? That's weird. Why are people blowing up my phone? Stop it. By the way, if you get a chance to go check out the WKRP Thanksgiving Grill that I posted.
Oh, that is a funny episode.
Yeah, it is.
It is. That's one of the classics. The other by the way, the other classic is Roseanne at Thanksgiving. I'm telling you right now, the grandmother, Shirley Winters, that's just the funniest thing. Anyway, but I didn't want to leave a puddle here. So, but that being said, so your Thanksgiving is going to consist of serving other people's safety needs more so than serving your needs.
Yeah, I'll be throwing to the wolves and hi everybody.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to realize your value, man.
I know my value. It ain't there.
you got to figure out the value and do that. But
and by the way, the guys on my old wrestling show, they were so nice to throw this out. My mugshot. Happy Thanksgiving.
Wait! I can't see it. Well, they found it.
Yeah, they found it.
Yeah, and that's how you know you got some good friends right there. Hey, I wouldn't even do that to you. Hey, right there. See, I got my own Santa cup. That's me, Santa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's me. I want my own Santa cup. I'm tired of that other one. So yeah.
Saying I got 4 minutes, so real quickly.
I don't know what you want to talk. You got the floor. You got 4 minutes to talk whatever you want to.
Okay, in 4 minutes.
That don't mean I won't interrupt you.
Okay, in 4 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with you?
With me?
Oh, no. Who else am I talking to?
Hey, first of all, you're talking about a guy that got 9.5 hours of sleep last night. That's number one. And I got the coffee going. I'm just.
I got 5 because I was told the show's at 9 a.m. this morning.
Well, yeah, hey, it is, but I'm going to tell you right now. In my life, just to let you know, I never ever thought that I would own a Lexus. And I don't care that it's 25 years old. That's the nicest car I've actually think I've ever sat in. I mean, so I got lucky. I got very lucky.
Listen to him, people. He's talking about his picture on a coffee cup. He's got a Lexus now. Jesus Christ!
It is the best car that I've ever bought, and it's in and I drove a Hyundai, brand spanking new with 2.1 mile on it. Okay, this thing here is amazing. So I have to admit. The Lexus brand is a damn good, and it 25 years old, and it's just a nice looking vehicle. I got lucky, and I'm thanking my lucky stars. That's what it is. I got a football show that I love doing, even though you're on it. I got a job that I never thought I'd be able to do, and I'm actually doing very good at it. I got a nice place. I love my home. It's like a tiny home. I love the concept of what a tiny home is. I love it. So
you have tiny Wi-Fi too.
Yeah, I got. Well, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking about and I'm thinking about
booster.
No, I'm thinking about getting T-Mobile 5G, but it's not available in this area. But I'm going to try to do it anyway because a mile over it works. I'm thinking about doing that or Nomad. Nomad is another.
Well, you need to listen to Ryan Reynolds and get better Wi-Fi. Okay.
Well, no, that's what it is. It's basically the same thing, but it's a lot cheaper than T-Mobile. So yes, I am looking at Mint Mobile. You're right. I'm not, and they call it what is it? Minternet. That's what they call it. They call it Minternet. So I absolutely am looking at that right at as thing, seeing if it'll work from because a mile away, it works. Here it doesn't. So I want to see. I'll probably go back to I'm on dial-up.
What you need to do, sir? Take your roof off.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Take your roof off.
During the show, put it outside.
Yes. In Arizona, we cold out there. It's fine.
Hey, it's Arizona. It's not gonna rain. It's just what it is. Although it rained like hell the other night.
I mean, what was it? Sam Kinison once had a joke saying, he's like, like he says, you see all these people who are always homeless, like saying. Like, we can't live out here like here. First of all, you live in a desert.
Why don't we move you to where the food is? I love the way you said, pack up a U-Haul. That just because I work for U-Haul I just find that so funny. We'll pack up the U-Haul, take the food out so we'll bring you where the food is.
You see this? You see this? It's saying nothing grows here. Nothing's going to grow here.
Nothing grows here. Anyway, get your ass to work.
Yeah.
Before you get your ass in trouble.
No, I have to be there till 2, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
All
so
right, you're
in good. All right, my man. Have yourself a good day. And that being said, we're going to find out about the Bears from the Bears super fan. Here is the preview of the Bears game with the one, the only.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to this special Thanksgiving week game preview and prediction for our beloved team, the Bears, who head to Philadelphia on Friday to do battle with the Eagles. Eagles. The Bears lead this year's series all time by a tally of 30 wins to 17 losses and 1 tie. Both teams enter this matchup at the tops of their respective divisions, and both teams also come in with 8-3 records currently. The Eagles, though, dropped their last one to the Cowboys, while the Bears are on a 4-game heart attack-causing winning streak. Let's go! And this game represents the end of the oft-talked-about alliance from this season between the Bears and the Eagles, as the Eagles did the Lord's good work by knocking out all 3 other NFC North foes of ours, and our Bears returned the favor by doing the same to the other 3 NFC East teams. But the cooperation is over, as we now have to do battle. And I want to share something cool with you, my friends, as I'll be heading to Los Angeles this weekend to watch this one at one of the coolest venues out there, Awesome. They invited me last year to experience a game, and it's an insane place.
This place is insane.
Ever since I got to see a game there last year around Christmas when I happened to be in town, I've wanted to go back. And my friends there at Cosm extended another invite, and I'm thrilled to get to see our beloved team play in this place once again this Friday. And I happen to have 2 extra general admission tickets they gave me that I'm able to give away for free for this one. So, if you are a fellow super fan and you just happen to either live in Los Angeles or happen to be visiting there this weekend, here's what you gotta do. Get creative and share one of my parody songs and create a sequence on IG or Stitch on TikTok to one of those songs where you dance or sing your little heart out. And you could check this place out too on Friday with me and say hello. But back now to the game. The Bears have been decimated with injuries on defense, but it seems like the Tides may be turning back to get some key pieces back for this one, including Jalen Johnson, who practiced in full on Tuesday, along with Kyler Gordon, who did as well. But they are still dealing with a lot of other injuries, so we'll have to see how the rest of the week shakes out. Oh, and one other fun little nugget for this Thanksgiving weekend. Now, some of you may know that this here McMahon jersey is the same that my Uncle Bob used to wear on SNL. I found this on an anniversary trip with my wife this past summer, and I had to get it to honor him this season. And, my friends, we have yet to lose a game where I wore this new Uncle Bob-inspired jersey for one of these Swirsky game previews. So, we've got a Chi-Town Pope looking out for us this year, and it seems like Uncle Bob's doing his best work too. So with all this in mind, here's my prediction for the game. Caleb goes crazy and throws for 543 yards. The defense stops every single attempt at a tush push by the Eagles, and the Bears get the win to extend the streak to 5 in a row, winning by a final tally of Bears 143, Eagles 0. Let's go! Enjoy the game, my friends, and I'll see you in song after this one's done. Go Bears!
Barrios Brewing Company is Arizona's oldest brewery. In 2017, Barrios opened up in Phoenix at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Barrios is a roomy brew pub featuring its own brand of craft beers on tap, plus burgers, tacos, as well as sports on TV. Check out a few of their favorites, such as the Barrios Bacon Jam Sliders, 2 beef sliders covered with their own savory bacon jam and cheddar cheese, served on a pretzel roll. Yum. And how about Barrios Brats? The house bratwurst is slowly simmered in a copperhead pale ale grilled over an open flame, served with your choice of sauerkraut or caramelized onions. Yum again. So check out Barrios, located at 5803 South Sossaman Road, number 212 in Mesa, Arizona. Or give them a call at 480-988-7171. That's 480-988-7171. Barrios Brewing Company.
Recently, and for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass? Do you know how big their legal department is, face?" So to recap, Mint is actually lowering prices on every plan to just $15 a month. And I will stay the hell out of the legal department.
All right, everybody, welcome back into the Couch Potato Sports Show. Speaking with Bryce in Brooklyn. Happy, let me put it on here. Bang. From the best smile on the internet, Bryce Brook. Are you coming in, Bryce? Are you going to come in and give us hell here? Get your picks for the 3 games today and the Eagle game tomorrow? Man, oh man. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. If you're able to get on, we would love to have you on. That being said, by the way, yeah, guys, right here, look at this on a mug. I took those pictures and bam, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And yeah, and I gotta be careful. I got my yeah. I wanted a Santa mug, but I'm a Santa, so I should have my own damn mug, right? That's right. Right here. Yeah. So, and I got another Couch Potato Sports show that you seen earlier in the show. So yeah, I had 3 cups of coffee and 3 different cups, so you can all see it. I put it out there, and if you want it, I can get you set with it, and they're not expensive. But you just got to go pick them up at the CVS. I could get it all set for you, put the whole thing up there, and you just march in, pay $8-9, get you nice. And these are 15-ounce mugs. These are nice mugs, by the way. They're just white, and we just throw the picture on. And they turned out really, really nice. And so I surely got lucky as far as how nice it works. My coffee drip right there. But really, really good quality cups. We'll get it set up to you where you could go pick it up at the local CVS. Walk in there, pay $10 or less. And right now it's like $8. I can get it on there. If you want it there, I could get it to you. But and set it up and have you pick it up under your name. I'll get it set up under your name, and you can go pick up and get it. But yeah, I'm not sending them out because hell, it cost me $20 to send an $8 cup. Listen, I'm not going to do that. So pay the $8 and you can get it. If you want it, I'll get it all set up for you. Pick up at CVS and or Walgreens. They do it there. Good stuff. But by the way, Chicago and the Eagles. Okay, I didn't talk a lot about the Chicago and the Eagle game, mainly because Podfather had to get out. I'm going to say this is an interesting game. And the thing going into this one, as far as the Philadelphia Eagles are concerned, after coming off of that loss, we kind of briefly covered it. That was a bad loss for the Philadelphia Eagles. That game they should have won. You saw the score. And the fact that they weren't able to hold to that game and keep it. And it was the Dallas Cowboys, of course, a division foe. That's the last thing they needed in reality. Getting up 21-0 and blowing a 20, regardless of how it happened, regardless of what 21, if you're up 21-0 in a football game, it's inexcusable for you to lose. And that's what happened last week. It was inexcusable for the Philadelphia Eagles to play that bad in order to lose that game. And out of all the teams in the NFL, division foe Dallas Cowboys, come on, you got to be better than that. And that's the problem. They weren't. Looking on the other side, the Chicago Bears, listen, Chicago has been playing out of their mind. No one expected the 8-4 record. But this one here, it just, the nitty-gritty of the Philadelphia Eagles being who they are, okay? Say whatever you want about the Eagles. They win football games. They drop one here and there. They do it. But normally, you're not seeing 2 games in a row where they're not playing really good football. And I think that happens again today. I think that's the wrap of what this is all about. Not to take anything from the Bears. I just don't know if they got enough to win this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Defending champion. It's got a good record. One of the best within the NFC. So, who's better? I don't know. I'm going to take the home team. And if this game was in Chicago, I'd take Chicago. I just don't have enough in me to pick the Bears today. I just don't have enough to grab it up and and go with it.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Now, that being said, of course, that's the name of the show on Sunday. Make sure you join us. We'll do the rest of the games, take you right up to the first kickoff of the NFL like we're kind of doing now, but we'll probably bow out here a little early. But that being said,
Duval.
2 games in a row. All right, so here's what I'm going to say about my Jacksonville Jaguars. You got evidently a coach that you guys can follow. You can follow this guy. But these next games for the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to prove what kind of team they are. Are they going to be a team that you're going to have to worry about going into the playoffs? Are they going to limp into the playoffs? Are they going to be, in other words, are they going to be contenders or pretenders? They get the Titans this week. And again, that Cardinal game, they damn near lost that game. But again, they're not going to take away the win, but I'm telling you, they should have lost that game. But those are the games they usually do lose. So we're seeing that part of it. We're seeing the part of the Jacksonville Jaguars on a don't give up kind of thing, when that's their history for the last 10 years. But if they go into Tennessee and drop a game to Tennessee, how important does that Colts game go? Because the fact of the matter is that should be a tick up underneath the W side for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then they're going to go up against, for the first time, the Colts, who lost last week to the Kansas City Chiefs. They get the Colts in 2 weeks that lost that game. So knowing who you're going to play are big. Then it's set up again next week. They get the Jets at home. So right now, they're riding this 2-game winning streak. After the Rams crushed them, they beat the Raiders by 1 point. Underneath the tick side, don't matter, 30-29. They did lose to the Texans. So then they go and crush the Jaguars, beat the Arizona Cardinals, and that game that they lost to the Texans, they should have won. So the simple fact of the matter is the Jaguars should be on a 4-game winning streak, and they're not. Are they going to drop this game? We'll talk about the game. We'll look at it on Sunday. But going into December 7th with an L after the Titans just really, really gets the Jaguars blood pumping. Because right now, guess who's replaced them in the wild card? That would be the Ravens. So basically, there's no room for error, and losing against the Titans is an error. You look at the rest of the season, you have to hope they split with the Colts and have a good run against the Broncos. So, Titans 2 times. If you think about it, both of them should be wins. Colts, split the Colts. You got 2 of those games. So 2 of the 4 are against 2 teams. Then the Jets, they should pound the Jets at home, but they're on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. So if they split with the Colts, lose to the Broncos, they got an opportunity to end the season off fairly well. Will be the question. How they do it is going to be the question. How they win or lose is what I'm going to be watching. Because how they win or lose, especially this week against the Titans, if they go out and lay an egg, lose, or decide they're going to walk in thinking they're going to beat them and not show up, their attitude is going to be what I'm going to be looking at. will they be able to continue on when they take on the Colts and then get the freebie against the Jets? But who knows on that? And the Broncos. 2 of these games for the Jacksonville Jaguars should or could be losses. And so when you go 11-6, there's a good chance that you'll make the playoffs. That's with a loss against the Colts and a loss against the Broncos. Who knows if they beat them? But if they drop one of the crappers, that means those 2 games, one of those games, or both of them, depending if they lose both of them, become very, very important. The Texans are riding their ass. They don't have any room. And the Baltimore Ravens doing what they're doing right now. Ravens are 6-5. Jaguars are 7-4. So I was mistaken. They're still holding on to it. But man, a loss, they could ill afford. Because say whatever you want, the Ravens can ill afford to lose it, but they've won 5 games in a row. And if they keep that momentum going, that could be a really interesting look as well. So, that being said, we're going to end the show a little bit early, 10 minutes early. Join us on Sunday as we look at the rest of them. We'll take you right up to kickoff for the rest of the game. I hope everybody has a great gobble day. Eat a lot of food. Feel like hell, like you can't move the next day. That's how you do Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to do the same. Outside of that, folks, wonderful holiday. Please have a one and be safe. Please, please, please don't drink and drive. Please. I don't care if you just have one drink. Don't drive. And I know that might be, Sonny being a little overprotective of it. But I don't want to see anybody, especially my friends, having that issue, of drinking and driving. Get that damn Uber. Costs you 20, 30 bucks. I don't care if it costs you 100. It's better than losing your life or getting your ass in a lot of trouble. So get the Uber if you have to. If you drink, don't drive. Everybody have a wonderful holiday. Everybody enjoy Black Friday's football game. I'm actually, since they started doing that, I'm loving that part of it. So enjoy that, and we'll see you Sunday. On that being said, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll catch you then. Bye-bye.